All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Sorry about that. I had to lock up the dogs. Hope for everybody's doing great. Let me say good morning to everybody. Oh, I just had to go downstairs and upstairs. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. Good morning, Chris, Stacy, Jody, Omar, Verchuvian, JB, Bill, Devin, Ivano, Eduardo, Robert, Vernon, Michael, Tim, Jason, Tom, Gustavo, good morning. The Sassy Trainer, Glenn, Robert, Ali, good morning, Ali, Nathan, Jeff, Moondog, Jill, Dr. Serena, good morning, Dr. Serena. I hope your health is better. Wayne, Wade, Jesse, Harold, Samson, Stan, Ruth, Kirk, David, Mark, Richard, good morning. Good morning, beautiful people. That's right. Good morning. Philip, Don, Genevieve, Brian, Steve, Kevin, Deanna, Edward, Ray, William, good morning. Delbert, Beamclay, David, Patrick, Steve, Illinois grain farmer, Richard, Rebecca, Delroy, Walter, Ralph, Graham, Flying Ronan, Rich. We got we got Rick, not Rich, Rick. Sorry about that, Rick. Patricia, Brian, Claudette, Henry, Scotty, Scampy, Scampy, I love that. Hey, Karen, Duzzy, Charlie, Clyde, Steve, good morning, Steve, Dave, Henry, Liberty Ranger, Manuel, Michael, Dan, good morning, everybody. Jason Thomas, good morning, everybody. Jean, Rosalind, Keyhawk fan, Mazin, Dr. Serena, good morning, and good morning again, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. I just got a message from Matt. He's got some kind of a bug. He must have got some kind of a bug while he was at the hospital with his wife delivering. So he's going to be working from home. I'll be working from home. So you guys will be seeing me here from this chair all day today. We'll be fully on, just remote. I don't think that's bothered anybody before. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's well. Let me give you guys some CTAs. These are actually pretty important. I'll be with Geof Smith today. Now, Geof is a very, he keeps it a down low. He's a really good trader. He keeps things on the down low. He's very calm. He doesn't, he's not a big talker like the rest of us, but he's a great trader. And yeah, there's a nasty bug going around. There is. I think he got it while he was in the hospital. He didn't sleep for 24 hours. His stress level was low. So I think he got it. I think he got it while he was in the hospital, helping his wife deliver. Anyway, he's around. He'll be working. He'll be feeling fine. He's all right. He's just got a cold. I just don't want to. I just don't want to. No April Fools. No, no, no. I don't play that April Fools. I don't do anything April Fools. Here's the link for my VIP room where I will be talking about my top stocks, analyzing mega caps today, and giving you guys some more potential credit spreads. Now, speaking of credit spreads, we did take a profit yesterday in weekly cash flow on Tesla, and we still have one position left. That position is Etsy, and Etsy looked like an A line to the downside yesterday, and those are high probability trades. So I really have no reason to liquidate that right now. We're also tethering right at our strike price. So just wanted to give you guys some feedback. Also, we have not been having, we've been having, the Alpha Zone Pro has been killing it on the indicator, but our program, the one we've been trading, it's been really slow. And I wanted to actually explain to you guys why it's been real slow. We've only been doing like one trade a day. Sometimes we've been missing trades. And we haven't been having any luck with it, but I'll explain to you why. I want you guys to understand this. It's not a permanent thing. One of the things we're seeing right now is we're seeing markets. So here's what happens, and this is something you guys need to understand. This is actually important for everything you do, whether you're day trading or swing trading. So I want to explain it to you guys. Oftentimes, the move will occur overnight, and then the market opens up or down a couple of hundred points, and it just does this. Okay? So sometimes the market will open and then it'll fill the gap or it'll stop moving in the day. But sometimes the markets will just open and they'll just open up or down a couple of hundred points and they'll just flatline the remainder of the day. And that's what we've been seeing the last couple of days because right now there's all this uncertainty regarding tariffs with Europe. So the markets are trying to find balance right now, and they're being driven by this thing that's going to happen tomorrow, hopefully at 3 o'clock. So hopefully tomorrow after 3 o'clock, the market will start trading a lot more naturally. And we won't be seeing the crazy moves overnight. We'll be seeing the crazy moves during the day. So what we've been seeing is we've been seeing 80% of the move happen at nighttime and 20% of the move happening during the day. Typically, you'll see 20% of the move happening overnight and you'll see 80% of the move happening throughout the day. Right now, because we're kind of in a wait and see mode with all these tariffs, we're kind of waiting to see what will happen and we're trying to trade against Europe and Asia overnight. That will change and things will go back to normal how they always were. Yeah, no. Yes, but the problem is, Geof, the implied volatility from the overnight move is pricing that when you have a 300-point move or a 400-point move overnight, the implied volatility prices that move, and then when you go sideways, that implied volatility stays. So it doesn't, yes, flatline during the day. That's the big problem. So as soon as that changes and shifts, which should happen in the next couple of days, the market structure should come back to its normality. And when it comes to normality, we'll be able to have plenty of trades. You might have even noticed on the Alpha Zone Pro, we've been having less arrows, a lot less arrows. Well, we've been having less arrows because we've been having a lot less turns during the day than we had, let's say, the previous week, the week before, and the last couple of months when we have been aggressively trading it. So just want you guys to understand, it's not the move. You turn on the TV. Like, let me give you a good example, Geof. Let me give you a really good example, right? You go right now, you look at the futures, you see them down 244 points, right? Okay, let's say the market opens down 244 points. And let's say the market stays between 300 down and 244 points. How much of that move happened during the day? Hardly any. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about so you could see what I'm talking about. So give you you could see right here, for example, you could see this is the session. We open down and then we go straight up. We don't go down in the day. We go down in the morning and then we're going up the rest of the day. We gap down. So we haven't been like these type of moves right here. Like these type of moves here. What we need is what we need is a moves like this, like these during the day, up and down during the day, as opposed to moves that are just flatlining directionally going one way. Anyways, it will revert back to normality in the next couple of days. I was just saying that I used the right side on AlphaZone because of the slow view up, made nice trades. Yeah, you could use that side. Yes. Hey, Martin, good morning to you. Yes, he's been sleeping. He's been sleeping. Yes, you could. The Alpha Zone Pro's been fine. It's just I'm trying to do these trades during the day that give us good risk to reward, and it's been just very, very difficult. And the implied volatility has been really tough. Part of it again has to do with the fact that most of the move has been happening overnight, not during the day. But I do believe that will change. All right, let me give you a link to customer service live. Yeah, we've been trading it for 6 months. And 2 months publicly, and it's the numbers have been fine. We're in this zone right now, and it's Murphy's Law. It always happens when we launch a new program. Remember when we launched Income Program, the Carvana trade? What a disaster that was. And then everything was fine after that. Um, where is my Cam? Where are you? There you are. Let me post it here. There it is. Customer Service Live. Yeah, it's fantastic for that. I was just saying that I just exactly. Good man. Good man. Good man. What did you say, Murray? Hold on. Murray's sending me texts. Hold on. It's all right, Murray. Murray's sending emails to the wrong person. All right. And here's the VIP room link, and we'll begin right now. Nice, nice, nice. All right. All right. Yeah, the alpha zone has been fantastic. It's just our signals. The trading zone, alpha zone has been fine. The trading zone is where we need to pick up some slack. But again, my job is to be honest with you and be straightforward with you guys. All right. First of all, let's talk about data. We have Jolt's report. The question is whether this report is going to jolt the market. This report is really important. Manufacturing right now is not doing so well. This report is in focus. Remember, this report doesn't happen till 10 a.m. Okay, till 10 a.m. So we're not going to be, the only thing we're going to be doing is offsetting. We're not going to be taking on any new positions before 10 a.m. We also have consumer spending, construction spending. These reports can not individually, but combined, these reports can change the trajectory. Please keep your powder dry and only use the morning to offset your positions. Do not use this to initiate any positions, okay? And then tomorrow we have factory orders and ADP, which is going to reflect on this report. They are right about 50% of the time. That's all right, Keong. That's cool. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I don't think I posted the class I have with Geof today, but here it is. Folks, Geof and I live 1 p.m. today. Don't miss out. Don't miss out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Wow, a lot of people, Dr. Serena, in only 13 minutes. Thank you for doing it, Dr. Serena. I really do appreciate you. All right. US dollar, nothing. Nothing. Wait and see mode. Absolutely nothing. Wait and see mode. What's the bond market doing? The bond market is even going higher right now. Now, higher bond market, lower yield. We're getting right to this level. But again, I don't like these gaps. This is not natural trading in the bond market. We should see some resistance here, but at least this lowers yield. The problem is, does it lower yield at the expense of technology? And yes, it has, which means money's been coming out of the market and into the bond market. We don't want to see that. We want calmness and we want money coming back into the bond market slowly and the stock market. So we want to see this cool off a little bit, okay? Thank you, Dr. Serena. By the way, folks, just a couple of things, two things. If you're watching on YouTube, which I know you are, you can go, hey, Richard, good morning to you. You can go right here to the gearbox and hit auto 1080. Go to 1080 so your quality will be high. You'll be able to see this in the same quality, almost the same quality that I'm broadcasting, okay? That's number one. And if you haven't hit the thumbs up button here, I'm giving myself a thumbs up. It's right here. You can only do it one time. But I would appreciate it. It helps our algorithm. All right. It helps our algorithm. All right. Good morning, Dave. Good morning. Good morning. So bond market is up, not because of the stock market, because of worry right now. This is flight to quality right now. Gold, what's gold doing? Well, gold's continuously making highs. When gold's making highs, and gold is now getting deviated from the 8-day EMA. So if you look at the Bollinger Width, you could see that we are now deviated. We're not in this area. We were in this area right here at the 8-day EMA. This is the time to start liquidating gold and waiting for gold to come back to the 8-day EMA. Or if you don't have a big position, I would hold on and wait for it to get back to these levels right here. Wait for it to get to these levels, the baseline levels right here. The baseline level is about 90 and we're at 160 right now. So we are overextended on gold right now. Nice. Keep in mind what I'm saying right now, Rich, you too, keep in mind, because if the market starts moving right now, gold will take a back seat, at least for the next couple of days, potentially. And we can come back to the 8-day EMA, and you could see where we are. Here's the 8-day EMA. Here's the breakout level right here. Right there. That's your breakout level. This is your taking profit level. And with the idea that it's going to revert back to the 8-day EMA. Does everybody understand what I'm saying right now? Yes, he's speaking tomorrow at 3 o'clock. That's going to be the big report. So just want to let you guys know we're a little deviated from the 8-day EMA. I mean, we can go a little higher, but we're starting to get deviated. I wouldn't be initiating positions right here, okay? China. What is China doing? Oh, and by the way, we took a profit on AbbVie, that stock that you guys were complaining about at True Trend Pro. Roger, why are you picking this stock? It's below the 8-day EMA. Oh, thank you for giving me a nice 30%, 34% profit yesterday. Stop complaining. Stop complaining. Otherwise, no soup for you. Yeah, wait for good, Rich. Yeah, you got to wait for a retracement. China, what's China doing? China's coming off. China's coming off, which makes it easy for us to short all the Chinese stocks. And we're below the VWAP, the quadruple witching VWAP that happened 2 weeks ago. And we're below the 8-day. Notice the 8-day EMA and that VWAP are on the same level. Remember my theory why stocks consolidate near the 8-day EMA? Because I believe there's some VWAPs there, hidden VWAPs that we're not aware of. That's one of the reasons why I like the 8-day EMA or the 5-day MA. The 8-day EMA and the 5-day MA, they're best friends. Okay. Thank you, Flying Ronan. Took profit. We'll wait for a good. Yeah. Did you guys make money in AbbVie in True Trend yesterday? Did anybody make money in AbbVie? True Trend, AbbVie, going once, going twice. Uh, Sector analysis. Um, all right. Sorry about that. Just needed to fill someone in on something. Bigly. Yay. I love that. You're welcome. A lot on both. Good. Took profit. Good. Yep. 34%. Good. Yep. That's what it was. 34%. Boyd says I made 500 Navi, was worried, but hung on. Good. Folks, sometimes we actually know what we're talking about. By the way, I want to show you guys something. Do you guys want to see something funny? PJ, if you're here watching this, thank you for getting me the shirt. It's in the washer right now. I'm going to wear it tomorrow. But I got my own Master Blaster of Disaster t-shirt. Pretty cool, right? Here, let me send it to somebody real quick. So, PJ, if you're here, big thank you. Can you guys see it? Just let me know if you could see it and I'll pull it away. Master Blaster Disaster. Thanks, PJ. Good to see you here. Thank you. I love it. I'll wear it tomorrow. It's in the wash right now. Thank you very much. That's the funniest thing. I love it. I sent it to all the folks in my class this morning. Very cool, right? All right. Let's continue. Thank you, PJ. Very nice of you. Bitcoin. What's Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin looks like it's hovering around here. Keep an eye on the 200-day moving average. If we get some upside in Bitcoin from the current levels, that may be a precursor to the stock market going up because they've been very correlated. Sorry, Dan. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. I wish you would have just followed me. So keep your eye, 200-day moving average, Bitcoin. Crude oil, what's crude oil doing? Well, crude oil looks like it's coming back up, but we're still in this pocket. And we have a huge air pocket here. But we are above key levels. Now, folks, crude oil going up is inflationary. And that is not really great for us right now. Okay. We are above key levels, though. We did break above key levels. And I am going to be looking for potential long energy stocks once we pass the $73 level right here. You see this? Let me make this a little bigger here. There we go. So if we can get past this structure right here, this area right here, there's a lot of consolidation here. If we can get past this, structure, we could see higher prices. Crude oil going higher is not really great for the economy. It may be a Heacock fan. We did, Jill. Thank you. Thank you for yeah, we did. We did. So keep an eye on crude oil. Crude oil, it has to get past this area. There's a lot of resistance at 73. So we have to watch the 73 level very carefully here. Okay. If I see crude oil getting past 73, I'm going to start, folks. This is where you get your pen, and this is where you get your piece of paper, and this is where you're about to start writing something. If crude oil gets past 73, this area right here, I'm going to start looking for cruise ships, transports. I'm going to be looking at transports. I'm going to start looking for the weakest transports. Okay. Because if crude oil, with the economy we have right now, and if crude oil goes up, that's a death punch to transports. Cruise ships, airline stocks. By the way, airline stocks were all downgraded this morning. Okay. Accompanied with higher business activity. That is yeah, Geof, that's a whole different thing. Yes. No, no, no. Yeah, what Geof is saying is true. If there's a higher business activity and crude oil's going up, that changes everything. But we're not seeing higher business activity. We're seeing crappy business we're not seeing that. If we were seeing that, it would be amazing. But we're not seeing that. But yeah, if we saw a pickup in productivity and crude oil was going up, that's a whole different story. We're not seeing a pickup in productivity. That's the whole problem. You see, Geof, that's the problem. We're seeing crude oil going up without with stagflation, which is inflationary. But if we saw business activity expand, God bless crude oil going up. But I don't. That's not typical. That's not typical. Typically, when you see an expansion of business activity, you see crude oil coming down. You see deflationary price action, not inflationary price action. Typically, when crude oil goes up, it goes up because there's either a huge demand for it or because it's inflationary. And right now, it's not doing it because of demand. It's going up because there's a heightened arousal in the Middle East and heightened fear in the Middle East, and there's and we are right now going into potentially inflationary pressure. As I said, if I could see crude oil break above 73 and start heading towards 80, I am going to start looking to short transports, which is not a good sign, by the way. You do not see it. Yeah, I don't see it at all. No, no. I don't think anybody sees it right now. I think if we saw it, we would be having a different conversation right now. We wouldn't need all these things to spruce up the economy. So yeah, that's that. So I'm not really seeing much aside from flight to quality in bonds. US dollar is very, very stagnant around here. China is just kind of cooling off, going back to the 50-day moving average. Bitcoin, we're going to watch very carefully today to see if it's building a base here and if it can start getting above the 8-day and the quadruple witching. If we can't get above this level, nothing good's going to happen. Okay. Crude oil, as I said, I'm very interested in seeing what will happen. Notice, by the way, notice something. Look at the size of this bar yesterday. That's a real big bar breaking through this area. So this really means business. The question is, what is the catalyst for this? And the catalyst is not expansion of economy right now. I'd love to tell you that it's going up because economy is expanding, but I'm not going to lie to you. Let me give you guys some more links real quick. So, folks, after seeing Geof's results, I had to share this with everybody. He trades the morning open. He day trades the morning open. It's really cool. Check out the VIP room. It's going to be fantastic. Today, I have a lot of stuff to share with you. And don't forget, Customer Service Live. Customer Service Live. Let me just put this here. And all right. There we go. Let's continue. Wow, we got almost 500 people here. Let's see how many likes we have. Only 161 folks. How about you all come up here and give us a thumbs up right here. Thumbs up down here. Yep, Cam and Gustavo are great. And Gustavo's son just got married. Beautiful girl. And his dad just turned 100. And the Doberman was everywhere. I loved the fact that Doberman was everywhere with the tuxedo. Fantastic, fantastic. Love it, love it. Gustavo knows how to have a good party. All right, let's start talking about all the nuances today. Remember, folks, we have PMI, ISM, construction spending, and JOLTS, job openings. And I'm hoping this will jolt the market the right way. No monkey business before 10 a.m. today. Only liquidating positions, okay? Speaking of which, by the way, let's see how the market's doing right now. Oh, lovely. The Dow's down over 228 points. This is beyond random. This is kind of sort of random right here. But none of this is really great. All right. Let's put everything together. Investors are prepared for U.S. President Donald Trump's tariff announcement while also waiting the latest readings on job openings and manufacturing survey. And I'm going to repeat again what I've been trying to say for the last several days. I'm not as bothered by what he's doing. I'm concerned about how he's doing it. I just don't like the constant back and forth. I just want them to say, okay, we're doing tariffs. This is the date. This is the announcement. There's no back and forth. This is the deal. Then the market can start recovering. You can't recover from a broken leg till your leg is broken. If somebody keeps hammering your leg like this every 5 days, it's never going to recover. I'm going to repeat this again. I am not concerned about these tariffs. I'm concerned about how they are being implemented. How versus what? Listen to me carefully. I got 2 emails yesterday, and at both of those emails, I said, folks, listen to the words coming out of my mouth. It's not the tariffs. It's how these tariffs are being handled. My beef is these announcements, these unintended announcements every 5 minutes, this going back and forth. That's my problem. Whatever we're going to do, just let's do it so we can start recovering. You can't recover from a car accident till that accident is done. What we're seeing is a car accident that should have taken 3 minutes to happen, and it's happening 3 weeks to make it happen. That's the problem. We're having too much uncertainty because the markets don't know what to do. So please stop sending me emails saying, Roger, we don't agree with your policy. My policy is fine. My problem is how they're being handled, not what is being handled. So just again, for the 100th time, if people are not clear, I'm going to say that again for the 100th time. I don't care about the tariffs. I care about learning what they are so the markets can start healing. Okay? It's like Matt calling me and saying, I have COVID. Oh, no, I have the flu. No, I have a minor cold. Like, what is it? How we're going to deal with it? Let's move on. That's my only beef. For the last time, I hope you guys understand it. Please stop sending me emails critiquing my critique because you're not listening to the words coming out of my mouth. Okay? I just want finality so we can move on. A finish line, a finish line, the end of a rainbow. That's all I'm asking for. All right. It's the entire market. I know, Ralph. I know, but people think that there's no negotiating though, Keyhawk fan. There's no negotiating. Nobody's negotiating anything. Yes, the uncertainty. What I care about is not the tariffs. It's the uncertainty. Okay. All right. So please stop with the political shit. Okay. Investors prepare for U.S. President Trump's tariffs announcement while awaiting the latest U.S. job openings in manufacturing. Market participants nervously brace for a wave of important tariffs tomorrow. I think 3 o'clock, Liberation Day. Woo, yeah. We'll announce reciprocal tariffs at 3 o'clock. I just want to hear it already, be done with it, and move forward. I don't want to hear about the tariffs anymore. See, that's the problem. Trump stated on Sunday that stated reciprocals would initially target it. See, why do we have to have these announcements? Just tell us what they are and be done with it already. Recently announced 25 tariffs on auto imports. They're going to take place again. I just want to know what they are so we could start thinking of how we're going to deal with them, not what they're going to be. That's all my problem is. Do you guys understand now? If you don't like hearing what I have to say, stop pulling the political card on me. This is not political. I'm talking about procedure, not the actual thing, the procedure. Tariffs will likely continue to drive market decision, blah, 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 blah. Discover Financial climbed over 7%, was top percentage gainer. Uh, yeah, I don't really care what they are. I don't care if it's 50. Just do it already and move on. That's it. That's all I want. I just want markets to start healing. I want price discovery to start happening. It can't happen till after the decision is made. All right, so there's an interesting thing happening with Department of Justice. Capital One's planned acquisition of Discover Financial. Um, let's see. Chicago PMI rose to a 16-month high. I mean, this is really, really interesting. President Williams stated on Monday that there is a risk of higher inflation this year. Well, you know what? I told you that before you lowered rates twice. You knew it too. You knew that President Trump won. You lowered rates after the election. You knew he was going to do the tariffs, you moron. Although his baseline expectations, they will remain relatively stable. Okay. Definitely there's upside risk depending a lot on these, on tariffs and other policies may take place. Richmond Fed president said central, and by the way, they can't do their jobs either till we know what those tariffs are. So the longer it takes to get certainty on the tariffs, the longer these guys will keep flopping around. I see, Carla. Okay, well, all right. Richmond President Barkin said central. It's not, Carla, it's not helping the stock market. That I'm going to tell you. People don't put energy into argument, listen, apply, trade, make money. Exactly. Yes, the market here. Let me show you something, Carla. Carla, let me explain something to you. You guys can argue with me all you want, but here's the bottom line. This is what the market thinks about how it's being handled right now. Okay? 65% of stocks are trading below the 200-day moving average. We are in a correction. So it's great if you want to keep it that way, but this is the result of that. You need certainty to have stability. Till we have certainty, we have no stability. That's my point. I'm not talking about the tariffs. I'm talking about the discussions, all of this noise that's happening. Okay? All right. That's all I'm saying. The market is not happy. And my job, last I checked, was trying to help you guys make money. Well, Roger, you're getting political. No. Somebody who's political is sticking their nose into the financial markets. I'm not sticking my nose in the political market. Somebody's sticking their nose into my business. Okay? It's easier to make money when there is a bias in the market. Yes. Raymond, you don't understand what I just said, do you? Equal tariff, no tariff, why so much noise? Uncertainty, Raymond. Do you understand? Uncertainty. People just don't want to hear it. So, yeah, uncertainty. And uncertainty also impacts the Fed, because you know why? Because you know what the Fed's doing? Exactly what I told you they were going to do 4 months ago. We can't make any policy. We don't know what's going to happen. We have no certainty. Mea culpa. See, that's the problem. All right. Very, very simple. U.S. futures have priced in an 86.9% of no rate change. Jolt's report is going to be very, very important today. You got manufacturing global PMI, very, very important. U.S. construction spending data will be released. And by the way, if anybody else is not telling you what I'm telling you, they're just not being honest with you. Period. You're not always going to hear what you want to hear, folks. Europe is giving us a little tailwind. 96% rebounding from yesterday's slump. Investors digested the latest inflation data from the region and braced for announcement from. We already know all this. Healthcare and bank stocks outperformed, not technology. And by the way, technology was lagging the entire day till the end of the day yesterday. All right. Yeah, and by the way, folks, I'm not really saying anything crazy here. I'm not really saying anything crazy here. China closed higher as latest factory activity data from country boosted sentiment, easing some concerns about ahead of U.S. President Trump's announcement of new tariffs. Pharmaceutical stocks led the gains. Notice not tech stocks, not chip stocks. A private survey released that China's factory activity grew at a faster rate in 4 months, supported by stronger demand and support orders. Notice not technology. Technology is not what's rallying right now. What about Europe? What's rallying in Europe? Healthcare and bank stocks. What about Japan? Let's look at Japan. I almost forgot about Japan. Chip stocks retreated, closed above the flat line. Benchmark gave up earlier gains, pinned an 8-month low. And by the way, guys, if you've been holding Japanese stocks for the last decade, I want to since for the last 20 years, I want to congratulate all of you. I want to congratulate all of you. You're finally not losing money. So if you've been holding Japanese stocks for the last 20 years, you're no longer in a drawdown. You're now breaking even. Did you guys hear what I just said? If you're holding Japanese stocks for the last 20 years, you're finally breaking even. Sad, right? Chip stocks retreated amount mounting concerns over data centers. Remember what I said about data centers yesterday? I gave you a ticker symbol, DLR, data center demand. Folks, let me give you a good example. You go to the supermarket, okay? And you're seeing that there's less demand for eggs, less demand for eggs. You know what's going to happen to prices of eggs pretty soon? They go down. Data centers, there's less demand over data centers. It takes a lot of money and it takes a year or two to set up these data centers. When they start closing data centers, that's telling us that companies like Dell, Zoom, heavy server companies are not doing well. That's a big red flag. Don't know what's going to happen. Exactly, Wesley. Exactly. We got to know what's going on so the market can. This is what we're seeing right now. You're going to a doctor, okay? You can't walk. You go to a doctor, and the doctor's like, "Well, it looks like your leg is sprained." Tomorrow, somebody hits your leg with a hammer. You go to the doctor again. The doctor's like, "Well, it looked sprained, but now it looks broken." You go to the doctor again. The doctor's like, well, now it's sprained. Now it's not broken. See, the doctor can't fix you till he knows if your leg is sprained or it's broken. It's the same thing with the market. We don't know how to react. We can't start healing. It's called price discovery. You can't have price discovery till all the factors that make price discovery are known. Okay. So I just want you guys to understand that. Please understand that. 8-month data center concern, not really good. Not really good. Very bad, actually. And this is the stock you should be watching, by the way. DLR, Digital Realty Trust. This is a data center stock right here. Down today. By the way, let's look at chip stocks. Are chip stocks up or down today? Down today. Down today, down yesterday. Let's look at the Dow. I'll put up my TC 2000 right now so we can look at it in real time. No, the market does not care what I think. The market just needs to appraise things into its value. All right, let's just see how things are going right now. I'm sure glad I didn't trade Johnson Johnson yesterday. Whew. SPY down 0.55. So look at what we've been doing. Last night came up and now coming down. So we are close to the lows. This is yesterday. We're not doing so well. QQQ below the VWAP all night. And look at where we're at, right at the corner here, right at our corner of our structure. SMH down point, nope, below the VWAP. Not so great right now. Bond market rallying. Dow down. Wouldn't be surprised if we see another down day going right here today. Wouldn't be surprised at all. No, market does not care at all what we think, but the market does care about price stability. All right, let's talk volatility. What are we looking at today? What happened yesterday? This is this morning. I think this is this morning. Hold on a second. Yeah, that's this morning. This is yesterday. Okay. We're cooling off a little bit. We want to break this level right here, the 20 level. We need to break the 20 level or we need to break the 25 level. Cam says, "Good morning. Sorry I'm late." Oh, we put some stuff. What are you guys eating? A couple of dozen breakfast burritos for wife's first All-Star meeting. Nice. I posted a couple of links for you, Cam, and I'll do it again right now. Don't forget, guys, customer service live. Customer service live. You are a good husband, Cam. Very good husband. Winners and one loss yesterday, J&J. All right. So volatility. We're looking at this level right here. 20. We want to see if we can test the mid 24s, or we want to see if we can go back below 21, get it back to 20. This is important. Want to see if we can make a pivot here. I want to see if we can make a pivot here. I'm actually a little more bullish than bearish today, by the way, on blue chips at least. I want to see if this can make a pivot. And if that can make a pivot, the odds are we could start coming down. All right? Especially if tomorrow's news is fairly stable. What about number of stocks going high or low? You've got 56 stocks breaking out to the upside. You got 234 stocks breaking down. Now, I want to show you guys something. The number yesterday was 287. Today, this number is 290. Yesterday, during the day, the number went to above 500 and then went back to 290. So we're seeing a lot of, we are seeing downside pressure, and there's clearly more downside stocks outperforming the upside, and there's no momentum to the upside right now. If volatility starts coming down precipitously and staying there, you will be seeing more stocks sticking to the upside versus downside. So the scenario right now is this number is going to get really heavy, and this number is going to keep getting lighter, or this number is going to get lighter, and this number is going to get heavier, and we're going to be in a more of a chop versus the downward slide we've been seeing. Equal weighted SPY, keep your eye on this level right here. That level is 171.47, and keep your eye on 173.95. That's the 8-day EMA and the VWAP we have here, and the key low right here, 171.51. On the main market, keep an eye on the VWAP, these levels right here around 564, 564. If this may be a pivot, which means we go back into the structure and we hit the upper end of this area, which is what I think is going to happen. We tested this area. We couldn't break down. I think now the market's going to try the upper end of this range. That's why I'm not really bearish. And I don't think a lot of institutions are going to do a lot of moves today ahead of tomorrow's data. I would be very, very skeptical. And you do have some Fed data today and Fed data tomorrow. So I think this will set the tone. But what I think will happen based on what I'm seeing right now, especially if we can break the high of yesterday, you want to write down that number. That number is 560.71. If we can break 560.71, the next level is going to be this VWAP level at 564.71. So the first level we want to break is 560.71. We're right now at 556.80. So the first level is 560.71. The second level, I hope you guys are writing this down. That right here is that firmed this area right here. That definitely firmed this area right here. So right now, I want to see if we can back away into here. Okay, back away into here. Now, caveat: we may just come up to this level right here and then revert back down and continue being choppy here. But the way I see it right now, this is a pivot, and the odds are we're going to go higher and start coming back up here at least till tomorrow, until we have some some news. There's just not a lot of directional bias right now, and there's not a big catalyst. All right, but that is a strong low right here. QQQ. That is also a strong low right here on the QQQ. But notice we're right at the hairline right here. What needs to happen ASAP in order for this strong low to hold? We need price to quickly get above the high and start getting back towards this level. That level is 469.86, and this level is 478.95. We don't want price to be sitting here today. We want to see price trade above the high as fast as possible and not go down and break this low. We want this to be the low of the day and price to go up, so this will be a pivot for us. If that's a pivot, that's going to be the new swing low. Is everything I'm saying making sense to you guys, or is there anything I need to repeat before going forward? Going once, going twice, going 3 times. I'm going to go about 8 times because there's an 8-second delay. Let me know. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? We need to take out the high, so this will create a pivot. I'm in daily time frame. I'm in daily time frame. Daily time frame. Daily. All right. So we need to take out this high, and then we need to start flirting with these areas right here, which happens to be at the high. This area happens to be right at the high of this. And if we can get past this, the odds are we're going to come up to the end of this range. Caveat, just because we come up to the high of this range doesn't mean we're going to break out. It simply means we created a pivot, and then we can build upon that pivot. So my next area is, unless we break the low precipitously today, is we pivot right here and start going higher. Okay? So you understand, we have to wait for it to break this. We have to wait for price. Basically, here's what I'm trying to explain in plain English. This right here is a major liquidity area. If price comes back quickly into this liquidity area, it'll create a much stronger pivot right here for this price. And then we can kind of come back and play around this area for a couple of days, or maybe even go above, which would mean breaking above the 200. I'm trying to give you guys a real good analysis here. Conversely, if you see us chopping around here and coming lower and breaking the 461.41 area, all bets are off, because then price is starting to come back into the pivot area, and that'll negate the strong low. Does everybody understand what I am saying right now? Till we break the high, we have no clarity here. Let me go to SPY. Trying to give you guys real good analysis right now. We need to, we need to break the SPY is a little different because the SPY broke this and then finished in the gray area. So we're already in the gray area. But it would be nice for us now to go to the VWAP, which is right at the 554.50. But the QQQ, see, the QQQ is a different story. The QQQ, we didn't close inside the gray area. So the QQQ has to go inside the gray area, kind of like the SPY is right now. Good, Dr. Serena, good. Capiche? See, we're already in the gray area with the SPY. It can just stay right here and not do much. I'd like to see it break out above the high, and I'd love to see it go up higher, but we're already in this area. We're already in the gray area. QQQ, we're not in the gray area yet. We closed right before going into that gray area. See, look. See? Literally, like right before. And I didn't change this yesterday. I drew this days ago. So you want us to take out the high, and then we want to confirm. We want to see buying coming in here. Volume was good yesterday, but now we just need to see volume coming up here. We need to see volume coming up here. Okay? And we need to see the first step is trading above previous high. I'll let you know if it happens. SMH. Is this helpful to you guys? Are you guys benefiting from this? Look at semiconductors. We have exactly the same situation with semiconductors as we have exactly the same situation with semiconductors Let me just post some links. I'll be live with Geof at 1. I'll be in my VIP room talking about the mega caps and every major sector, which is crucial today before tomorrow's announcement. We need to know what's going on. And here's customer service live. And folks, if I say things that offend you about politics, I'm not trying to. It's just that right now there's a huge intersection between these tariffs, which are political, and the financial markets. I usually don't get this political, and I usually don't care about politics. I really don't care about these either. I just want some finality so we could start building and not having a moving target. We're in a moving target right now, and I want that moving target to stop. That's all I want. That's really where I'm going with this. Please don't take what I say as disparaging or negative. I'm just trying to help you make money. I'm like the least political guy you want to meet. Really, I'm not. I don't get into politics. I don't talk politics at home. We don't really get into that. It's just too much nonsense for me. So you see how semiconductors were exactly in the same boat as we are on QQQ. We got to take out the high. The high yesterday was 211.69. We're right now at 210.99. So we're about a point away, only a point away. But we got to take out the high. We got to take out the high and start coming back into this range. Because once we're in this range, all bets are off and we can go to the upper end of this range. Does that mean we're turning around? We're getting bullish? No, it just means we're creating a pivot, a strong low, something where we could put a stop loss at in the future. Okay. We're not there right now. We don't even know if this is going to be a pivot. If this starts trading down and coming into this price area below 207.42, all bets are off. Yeah, I think you're right, Geof. Exactly. Yes, I'm not. I really don't have like an agenda here. My agenda is just to get clarity so we can read the market better. All right, let's look at mega caps. I haven't looked at mega caps, and I think this is a really good analysis for you guys. Okay, mega caps, same thing. Let me just expand this. Watch, I'm not going to change the trajectory. I'm just going to shift this. Let me just go a little lower to get most of the pivots. There we go. See that? Now, I use these lines to extend this forward. But look at where we're at. See how it's almost there? We need to be up here. Up here. The high is 46.05. We're at 45.87. We got to break above and then keep going higher so this creates a pivot. Okay? If we don't get that pivot, the odds are we're just going to see another choppy day moving alongside this. So I want to see this bolting higher as soon as possible. As soon as possible. Does everybody have a good understanding of what we're looking for today? Before I get into my stocks. Now, the Dow is inside. We don't have a pivot on the Dow. We don't have a pivot because we didn't make a lower low. So we're kind of back in this area. So the area you need to watch on the Dow would be the 200-day moving average. If we can get above the 200-day moving average, then we're doing a good job on the SPY of moving back into this zone and coming back on QQQ. Where is the biggest vulnerability? QQQ, mega caps, SMH. Because notice on the SPY, RSP, we're already in the gray area. On the techs, we are not. Yeah. By the way, speaking of text, let's just take a quick look. And by the way, I'll be talking about all of this in great detail. I'll be doing analysis on all 20 sectors this deep in the VIP room today. I'll be working from home because Matt is sick. So here you go. Now this is the first time I'm drawing this. Look at here. See what no agenda, no preconceived notions. We got to get into the gray area, folks. We got to get into the gray area. And what I'll do during the day today, I'll post this in the Telegram channel so you guys have a visual. Will that be helpful? Please tell me, what can I do to make your life easier? That's what I want. What can I do how can I be more helpful to you guys? I'm literally giving you like everything I know here. How can I be more helpful to you guys? Tell me. Tell me, how can I be more helpful? You see how we're not in the gray area here? We got to get back into the gray area. Well, that's the Picasso. The Picasso is here. Here, let me show you the Picasso. Here's the Picasso. Let me draw it for you. Pivot right here, upside arrow. Let me ask you folks, can I draw it any clearer than that? Here, let's see if we can make it happen. I'll post it in the here. Okay, I just posted this for you in the Telegram channel. I posted this drawing, okay? I know your problems, Murray. All right, good. Get on a flight and press my key. Yeah, maybe being helpful, me placing trades for you in your account. That would be more helpful, right? All right. So you guys understand what I'm looking at. I'm basically looking at QQQ. We want to see QQQ. We want price to go back into this area, the gray area. And it's already there on the blue chips, okay? You like the boxes. Good, good. All right. So let me go ahead and give you my stocks that I'm looking at, okay? Be cautious about the downside today, folks. Be cautious about the downside today. Up to the 200-day moving average you got here on Bloom Energy. Also, I forgot to tell you the most important thing. I forgot to tell you the most important thing. If you see money coming into mega caps, SMH, expect consumer staples and all the defensive stocks that have been going up, and there hasn't been that many of them, but like the box stores, the utilities, the the McDonald's, the Coca-Cola, the consumer state. If we start bolting higher on the speculative stocks, some of those stocks that have been going higher last couple of days, they're going to be coming off because money's going to be moving into speculative stocks. Again, I don't know if that's going to happen. If what I see is going to happen, expect the second part of that to happen too. Okay? All right. So Bloom Energy, downside. Ross Store, a lot of retailers, a lot of retailers. Thankfully, I don't have to be anywhere today, so I'm not really in a rush. Uh, I would wait for this to trade below the low right here, about 124. Ross Store, Foot Locker, yeah. I would wait for this to come back to the 8-day EMA. This is a little overextended, and you could see it right here too. See? See how it's already up here? You want to get them when they're down here, like right there. See? Like here. You want to get it right there. When this starts going like right here, right there. It's a little overdone right here. Time to almost to get out. But anyway, I wanted to show you this so you can see how I use the two together. This is still choppy. I don't do anything because do not touch the stock because you'll end up being in this liquidity pocket in this compression. You want it to wait for this to break 60. You want to wait for this to break 60 before going in. Package. I didn't see anything about Warren Buffett buying Tesla in the report we did this morning. This looks weaker, but I would wait for it to break down. These stocks I'm giving you, a lot of them are compressing. Wait for them to stop compressing, or wait to see if we end up being in the gray area or not. See, like Oracle. If we just bounce down right now, you have something good, but we may start coming up. I'm telling you, be careful. MCHP, even just to trick us into thinking we're stabilizing, we may come up. Now, this one looks good. Out of all the shorts, I like this one the best because it's been going down for a while. It's not just breaking down vertically. It's been going down for a while. Look how it rejected the 50-day. Look how it rejected all this area. By the way, breakdown. By the way, I want to show you guys something that I taught you yesterday. Breakdown, test, breakdown again. Broke the 50-day, test the 50-day, breakdown again. Broke the 50, tested the 50. Broke the 100, tested it, broke down again. Broke down the 50-day, tested it, breaking down again. Does anybody remember me teaching you this yesterday for an hour? When you have a major moving average, you break that moving average, you test that moving average, and you break down again. Kind of like we did right here. We broke the 200-day, we tested the 200-day, we broke down again. Folks, please listen to the words coming out of my mouth. I showed you this yesterday, spent an hour on it, and we have a perfect example right here. Learn this stuff. Learn this stuff. Okay? Nice break right here. And it's been going down for a while. It didn't just suddenly, you don't want to short stocks that suddenly started going down. You want to find stocks that have a downward structure. NTAP, VRT. I have not heard anything about that, boy. And if I know anything about Buffett, he would not touch Tesla with his, you know what? Buffett likes, one of the things we know about Buffett likes no drama and clarity. Tesla has way too many moving parts for Buffett. If you guys ever read about Buffett, Buffett's key to his success is fewest moving parts possible. See, folks, the more moving parts you have in an equation, the more things can go wrong. Look at the type of businesses Buffett buys. He buys businesses that have no controversies for the most part in terms of the inner workings of the business. Buffett would never invest in Elon Musk. You're talking about him completely breaking his rule on investing. Okay? Yeah, you did send it. You did send it, and I posted it. Yeah, I cannot imagine him buying it. But then, what the hell do I know? But based on the way he buys things, no way. But he's asking for trouble. He's asking for drama. He doesn't want drama. On semiconductors, breaking down before all this happened. So no, what do I know? Macy's, Lulu. No, I haven't heard anything. Yeah. Yeah, he stays away from anything that has drama. He doesn't if you ever read books about Buffett, and my favorite books are actually not autobiographies but biographies about Buffett. One of the most important thing that I've learned about Buffett is he tends to invest in ideas that have fewest moving parts possible. When you have fewest moving parts possible, less things can go wrong. Insurance, Coca-Cola, airlines. Anytime you can describe a business model in like 10 words or less. Too much weight and solar, I don't think he's into all of that. So no, I don't think so. And when you buy business when things are good, not bad. Yeah, I don't think Buffett would touch Tesla with a if I wouldn't touch Tesla with a 10-foot pole, I don't think Buffett would. And he's 100 times more conservative than I am. All right, let's look at the long side. CVS. I don't have a lot of bullish tech stocks for you, by the way. Now, this stock has to break out again. It's consolidating. This stock is doing what the stock we got into the pit yesterday was doing all day after we got into it, right? On a 5-minute chart. This looks like the 5-minute chart of the stock we got into the pit yesterday. It's a daily chart, but it looks like the 5-minute chart of the stock we got into yesterday. CME. Remember, fintech. I have a thing for fintech this year. That's a nice looking A-line stock right there. 1 second, let me. I'm just communicating with Matt. He busted Elon, so I don't know. But I'm a big Buffett fan. I'm a huge Buffett fan, and I'm not an Elon Musk fan, and I've never been an Elon. I've never been a Tesla fan. And the reason is because he bullshits. Nothing to do with Trump, nothing to do with what he's doing now. Just never been a fan of Tesla. Nice breakout on very defensive stock, folks. This is a very defensive stock. This is what I was talking about. So these are the stocks that have been going up last few days. If we see money coming into technology, you will see money coming out of MO. Right, Carlos? Right? Just I don't think so. I've been wrong before. Nice breakout here. But again, these are all defensive stocks. If we get a rally in chip and tech stocks today, you will not make money in these stocks, folks. I promise you that. RSG. But CME, that's a different company. That's not that defensive. That's actually a speculative, that's more of financials. This looks really good right now. And look how it's building a base. See, I like stocks that have been building a base. Very similar to the stock we have right now in the pit. It's been building a base on the daily. All right, let me continue. CBOE, not just CME, but also CBOE. That's two exchanges breaking out. That's very powerful. Wait for us to get to the VWAP. Look, if you don't trust me, trust the Bollinger width. Look, see, we're here. We want to be more here. We're a little overextended. We want to be here, right there, not here. Um, L, Lowe's Corporation, FNV, gold. Let me take a look at Walmart real quick. Waste management. Yes, it's beautiful. Not, I wouldn't day trade this stock. It's pretty wicky, but I love it for a swing trade. Let me actually give it to Matt here too. Thank you, Geof. Thank you for the help. I love when people help me. Nobody ever wants to help me. People always want to argue with me, but they don't want to help me. No, nothing to do with Apple. Apple has to break below 215.73. Apple has to break this, and then it becomes an A line. Okay. And let me just take a quick look at Etsy. I'm done with my stock picks. I just want to take a look at Etsy real quick. Yeah, that's an A line right here. It's an A line building right here. If we break this level and come down, it's perfect A line. Okay, so let's look at the market right now. The Dow is still okay. We're in this channel. SMH, or let me look at QQQ actually. QQQ, we're just tithering right on there. I want to see price coming up. We've been looking pretty good the last hour. We're coming up right now. This is very nice. And by the way, look at technology. Technology's coming up. How about mega caps? Not yet. How about SMH? A little bit. Mags are not coming up. No good. That's no good. But something in QQQ is moving. Let's see Microsoft. Yeah. Software stocks. Okay. Software stocks. All right. Folks, be very, very, very cautious today. Johnson Johnson, I didn't give it to you yesterday. I said I'm looking to give it to you yesterday. I didn't give it to you yesterday. And right now it's a no-no. We got to get back above here. Right now it's a no-no. I loved it yesterday, but not today. That's why I didn't do anything yesterday. I was cautious. All right, guys. I will see you later. How about PLTR? PLTR. Let's look at PLTR. What about PLTR? What would you like me to do with this? We're between the 50 and the 100. Can't do anything here. RSP, not really coming up. I'm not as worried about this. I'm worried about the MAGs. I'm worried about SMH. And I'm worried about QQQ. Those are the three. All right, guys, I will see you later. Let me give you some links. Bitcoin is leading right now, actually. So I'm hoping that Bitcoin will be the first to turn around, and Bitcoin has better relative strength, HG, than technology right now. I actually went over it this morning right here. See, it's actually up. I'm telling you, I'm not feeling bearish today. I think we might have pivoted, but we're not going to know for a while. But my hope is that this will create a strong low, a pivot, and we start coming up here. And if you look at the QQQ, you could see it clearer. You could see how the gray area is really separating everything. And we're already like right here. Let me see if we're above yesterday's high right now. QQQ, we're at 467.78. 460. Yeah, we're above yesterday's high already. And it's holding. That's why I'm saying, folks, I'm not that bearish right now. I'm not that bearish. All right, guys, I will see you later. My email is roger@rogerscott.com. Send me an email, and please be patient with Trading Zone. We've been doing very few trades for a reason there. The market has been moving overnight, not during the day. That will change. That will change very soon. Just be patient. We'll get there, and we'll get it all back up in the right state. Alpha Zone has been doing great. The signals have been accurate. We have to be following them. Bye, guys. We'll see you guys soon. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Let me know what's going on. I'm here for you. Bye. And if you want a replay of this video, here's a link. Thanks, Geof. Take care, guys. One of my cats actually looks like Yoda. I'm thinking of coloring him green for Halloween. Bonnie looks like Yoda. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys. Please be careful today, and I'll be updating you throughout.